Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, it's a good morning. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning here in Chicago. I just finished a great class yesterday with Bobby Madison. It was a man weave class. This is Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. I don't care how many times I say that, guys. I say that every single morning. You all still put 2Ks in my name. Go figure. I don't even understand. I am here in front of my place of business, and I decided to do a whole week of this talk called efficiency, or it's about being more efficient. It is 9 o'clock in the morning here. I'm in Chicago, Illinois. I want to say the temperature is a beautiful 79 degrees, y'all. That's like really perfect in Chicago, but it's going to be hot today. But I want to talk to you all a little bit about energy. Some of you all may have seen my video yesterday. I did a video with a company called True Hair, which is not really new, but it may be new to our industry because we don't always, meaning black people, the urban salon industry, because we don't always look or seek out things that make our businesses more efficient. So if you all want to know more about that, just go back on, log on. You'll see me with the owner of True Hair, Eugene Yao. I was on yesterday. But today, I want to talk about a different type of efficiency. Now, this will go for salon owners, which you know my heart is passionate about, but also for service providers. It really fits with both. But this is outside of salon owners telling me their number one issue is staffing. Probably the second issue that I get the most requests for help on is pricing. Is just trying to understand, how do I get the money that I'm worth for the things that I do. This is a constant conversation if I'm doing class, or if people just are calling me off the just, on the fly, or pricing. How do I charge what I'm worth? I actually didn't do the class yesterday, but I facilitated the class, and the people that were even in the class were talking about they're learning the man weave. The class was $650. They're asking questions about how to pass these costs over to the people that will be getting them, because people don't want to pay, and just you all know the spiel, right? This is what I have learned about efficiency in pricing and being able to get the money that you are worth for your service. It really requires more than just being technically good. I want to go back a little bit, because we know YouTube. Let's talk good old-fashioned YouTube. I got a love-hate relationship with YouTube. I clearly love it when I need to find out something, because it's right at the touch of my fingers, or a button. But obviously, when I'm searching like you all probably do, and I'm seeing way too much information given about things that I do want to keep secret, then that's when I kind of have a little disdain with YouTube. But YouTube was developed, and it was launched in 2005. I don't know if any of you all know that. That's when YouTube was started. So we're not talking about YouTube being around for 100 years. We're talking about YouTube 13 years ago. It still took some time for YouTube to be developed. But let me tell you something about my stylists of today, that some of them been in 20 years, some of them maybe a little shorter. But this is what I have recognized for the people who have been able to surpass the YouTube University revolution, because that's what I call it. Because we got some stylists out here, they learn it. They don't go to school. They literally just go get a license from YouTube. I call it. Get a unregistered license off of YouTube University. So let me talk to you about what will help you be more efficient in your pricing. These are the 5 things really that I have learned from my own experience and my own career, as well as those others that are still now doing well. YouTube has not affected that business, and whether you know it or not, the thing that you have to give clients now, because they have choices, and if you all are writing this down, make sure you jot this down. You have to give clients an experience. And that probably should have been the first E. I didn't even think about that, because everything starts with E. You have to give them an experience. And that is what a lot of us salon owners / stylists don't realize. People have a lot of choices now. They can buy all the products we buy. They can learn all the techniques we learn on YouTube and otherwise. We got shows now that we know allow unlicensed professionals to come in, sit in the same classes that you sit in. So there isn't a lot of restrictions from people who don't have a license or haven't actually went through school or anything from learning exactly what we learn. So how do we keep our salon growing? How do we keep it exclusive? How do we get the money that we're worth for putting the time in? Let me read to you the definition of efficiency first of all. This is Efficiency Week. So I want you all to get this. Let me go back. And I actually talked about this yesterday, but I want to read it to you all. This is the definition of efficiency for those that we know in theory, but I want to give you the real definition. Efficiency is the ability to avoid. Listen to me when I say that. You avoid wasting materials, energy, effort, money, and my favorite is time in doing something or doing anything that is done to produce a desired result. That means, simply put, when I'm trying to accomplish something, I want to take the wisest, shortest, most money-saving, energy not wasted, time-saving route to get there. That is what that means. I'll read it again. Efficiency is the ability to avoid. That means we are trying to avoid this at all costs. The wasting of materials, energy, efforts, money, and time in doing something that produces in something and or with the accomplishment or with the I'm adding to this here, with the desire of producing a result of some sort. I'm kind of paraphrasing it because they got a little more complicated than it needs to be. So this is what we have been doing as salon owner stylists for 100 years. We've been wasting time because we spend too much time charging too little money for what it is that we have paid too much money to learn. This is what we're doing. We have wasted too much energy dealing with, if you're a salon owner, you've wasted too much energy dealing with stylists that should have been gone a long time ago. If you're a stylist, you've wasted too much energy with clients that take all of your energy and don't even want to pay. You know, there are some clients that could be energy zappers too. And I am a firm believer that as an owner, I can get rid of a stylist, and I could also, as a service provider, I can get rid of a client. I'm not bound to either. Okay, because if they're requiring too much energy, too much time, wasting too much money because they're not paying for all this energy and time, then we need to do something else. We need to do something different. This is not where you should put your efforts. Okay, so let me break down before I get into the pricing thing and how to price. When it comes to efficiency, these are the things that you got to look for when you're a service provider or salon owner. First of all, how is your etiquette? It's really more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really 6 E's. But these are the things that you want to focus on, your etiquette. I have found that when you are providing a salon experience for a client, because again, they got choices now. They can go a whole lot of places, get a whole lot of stuff, and do a whole lot of things. So it has to be something that they get from you and your etiquette, how you treat them, how you swoon them, how you be the biggest cheerleader, how you make them feel when they come in the door. Your etiquette, your good morning, how are you, how was your day, you remembering things that they told you last week, last month, things about their children, things they went on vacation, your etiquette, your greeting, your position with how you're going to be able to reference them, Mrs. So-and-so, somebody in my business, if they just got their PhD, I'm like, hey, Dr. So-and-so. I'm acknowledging their efforts and the things that they're doing. I'm giving them some salutation to help them know that my etiquette with them is sound. It is sound. A lot of you all don't want to spend any time or energy there. You don't want to spend any time giving people great etiquette and whether that means I provide wine and cheese and all, whatever. We're going to get into environment, okay? But your etiquette, that means just how you reverence your customer when they walk through that door. That also means that part of that and you being able to be efficient with your pricing is you need to be there when they walk through that door. For all of you all that got clients beating you to the shop, okay? You need to physically be present when they walk through the door. And I don't even mean have them sitting out in the parking lot waiting on you. I mean part of your etiquette is also your being able to be on time. That also goes along with your etiquette. When they walk in and you're there and you're in position and you're greeting them and you're like, how you doing? How you been? If you haven't seen them in a while, start treating them as if you missed them. That all comes with your etiquette. We ain't stroking our customers no more. And then you wonder why they have to have an experience, guys. I'm sorry. If you don't feel like doing all that, then you're going to have to figure out a way to work through that and do it anyway. And it needs to be consistent. It needs to be every time they come in there. I don't care if you have seen them for the last 30 years, every Thursday at 9 o'clock, you should still be that same person. Good morning. How was your week? Like I said, the biggest thing is if you remembered something that they were going to do last week, how did the concert go? How did the graduation? Whatever. This is all part of your etiquette. This is where efficiency and pricing starts to be able to go up, even when people have choices, because they get more from you than just a hairstyle. This is your etiquette, right? So that's the first thing. Then we talk about, now this is the unspoken, your energy. How many of us have people that we have either been around or for whatever reason we forced to be around that just exude bad energy? They just either carry a black cloud with them or something is always wrong, or they just don't have good energy. You know, I love, and I've had many people tell me this, and it is an intentional effort that when people come around me, I purposely make the air clear. This is intentional. It has nothing to do with whether I am feeling good or bad in my body. It has nothing to do with whether I had a good or bad day. It has nothing to do with whether everything is right or everything is wrong. I choose to exude and to make sure that when people come around me, they get good energy. And let me tell you something about energy. Energy is not just person to person. Energy exists in a place. There are certain businesses that I have walked into and the energy was just bad. There are certain places I've walked into and I'm like, this place it has such good energy. And I ain't talking about just no feng shui and what colors and sunlight coming in. That helps too now. I'm talking about just you as a person. What type of energy are you exuding? When they sit in your chair, do they feel blah? You already didn't give them, the etiquette was bad. Then they come sit in your chair. And let me park right here for a minute. For all of you stylists that think that when your client comes to you, they want to hear everything about you, you are wrong. They come to you to talk about them. Not for you to lay everything on them about what happened in your. Now, if they ask you, that's different. But I got some stylists, I have heard them. Everything is about them. The client barely gets a word in edgewise about what they were doing. We use these clients as sounding boards for our lives when they come here to talk about them. Now, like I said, if they ask you, that's fine. But they are sitting in your chair for you to give them good energy and for you to listen to them and what they have going on. So energy, that's the second thing. That's the unspoken. Etiquette is what you say, what you do, how you salute them, how you just, simple things. How about hello? I see stylists that don't even speak to their customers. So, and this usually is the same stylists that have bad energy. So they kind of go hand in hand. So your energy, your etiquette, and your energy. Then let's talk about your environment. Now let's really get down to nitty gritty. I have been personally in a salon once in my career where I had great etiquette, I had great energy, but the environment was absolutely the worst. I was this little bright light over in the corner amongst a lot of darkness. And let me tell you though, now, if you are in this situation, Your environment will have a lot to do with how you're able to elevate your prices, how you're able to charge. And I understand you may not be in a position where you can just pick up and leave. It will affect it. So let me tell you what you have to realize. If you are in a situation where you can go to a better environment, do so. I'm talking about where people ain't eating chicken at the station, where people are also exuding the same thing that you do, where the culture of the business is about positivity and growth and success. And people know, even if your client, like in this situation I was in, my clients got that from me. I didn't change. But the energy in the place was so awful. So let me tell you what I was able to do. I didn't stay there long, clearly. But my energy was so strong that it did one of two things. First of all, everybody in there hated me to death. They hated me. They didn't speak to me every morning. I didn't care. Good morning. I come in. I don't care because that don't move me. But it was extremely difficult, even for me, every day to walk into that environment and know that it's like all negative over here. And then you come over here and it's all positive. And what ended up happening is it became a battle of the energy. Meaning that those girls were spending a whole lot of energy trying to sabotage my business, getting with my clients. I do it cheaper and, all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you something I learned in that. I was there for 1 year. But let me tell you, I learned something in that environment. I learned something about myself. I also learned that the stronger won. I won out because let me tell you, they didn't convert me. By the time that year was over, all them that realized that they couldn't change me, they couldn't sway my customers because I had given them something that they knew those girls weren't going to give them, I started seeing a change in them. Because I showed them what etiquette looks like. I showed them what good energy looked like. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, it was draining. It was draining because I felt like the minute I walked in the door, I had to have my dukes up. And I had to do it in a way where everybody didn't realize that's what I was doing. So I'm not suggesting that you put yourself or stay in that environment any longer than you need to. I was on a mission. So I was there for a year. Because I needed to stack some money. Rent was low. This was my first booth rental experience. Everything before that was commission. So I'm stacking some money so I can do something else. So I made it work. But I actually was able to convert them. They didn't convert me. Be careful. I have seen people with good etiquette and good energy get into a bad environment, and I have seen them shift. I have seen them now get sucked in and end up like the rest of them. You're not going to be able to go up on your money. You're not going to be able to charge no different prices because all of this has to jurisdict what you charge for what you do. All of it matters, okay? All of it matters. I've only been able to charge. Every salon I've been in until I opened my own, I was higher than everybody. Even in commission, I had a different price schedule, and it had nothing to do with whether I was the baddest stylist in there. It had nothing to do with any of that. It was about I knew how to create an experience. That fine, yeah, you can get it cheap over there, but you're not gonna get all this other stuff that comes with it. Okay, that's what you got, and you really got to do that today, or you're not going to be able to elevate those prices. So let me keep going. Then obviously, execution is next. That's your skill set. Execution is how do you do what you do? How well do you do the service that you are providing? How well do you do it? How well are you doing it? Okay, so you have to still keep your skills up. I'm still a good stylist today. You have to still keep your skill set up. That means for all y'all who don't ever go to nobody's class, you need to go to class. And let me tell you something about class versus YouTube. Yeah, you can sit and learn it. You can sit and do it, but you can't ask YouTube questions. See, that's the difference. When you don't physically go to a class and pay that little money to learn something, all you can do is learn the YouTube way. You go into a class, they may teach you multiple ways to do the same thing. So now you got all these different clients, but you only learn the YouTube way because you don't want to go to class. You don't want to make sure your execution is better, or you got different ways to do it because you got different clients in different situations. Then you could be the best. You can have the best etiquette, and I know people that have faltered in this best etiquette. You can just create the best environment, but your techniques suck. You're awful. Now, let me tell you something that's interesting, though. People will roll with you a little bit longer when your etiquette and your energy and your environment is better. But at the end of the day, you still got to close it. You still have to do a good service. And you're still not going to be able to elevate your prices if your service sucks. If your technique is, if the hair falls the next day they get it done. If it falls by the nighttime, if it's dull, if it has no life, if it has no clarity, you're using the bad products or whatever it is, you're not going to be able to elevate your prices. Everything got to be in order. And the only way to make your execution better is that you got to go physically get out your house, get in your car, and go in a class where you can ask questions and see multiple ways that YouTube ain't gonna give you. Okay? So this is what you got to do with execution. Once you get to that place of execution where you're proficient in what it is that you're doing, and that comes with practice and constant learning, that is when you get to a place of excellence. And excellence simply means that not only do you do it this time, excellence means you're consistent. People that we deem excellent are people that aren't just good one day. They aren't just good 2 days or 3 days out the week. These are people that duplicate this over and over and over and year after year. From the day YouTube came out, 2005, these people are exuding this same excellence, same etiquette, same energy, same environment, same execution getting better over and over and over again, because that's where excellence comes in. Excellence means that you on autopilot. You don't know no other way to do this other than to be nice and to be courteous and to speak. It ain't based off of how you feel. It ain't based off of what just happened at your house. It is not based off of anything other than when you get to the place of excellence, where you're able to do all this stuff, you realize now that it is your responsibility to exude this and to be in this place and to do hair this well every single time you step in the shop. For salon owners, it's about your leadership. When you have because the same things go, your etiquette, how do you treat your people? Your energy, how do people feel when they work for you? Your environment, what are you doing? You leaving the shop raggedy? What are you doing? Are you doing things to help improve the environment? Execution, you need to be the cheerleader. You need to keep learning, and you need to keep them where they want to learn. Whether you got to bring it in or whether you got to come on, let's go to the show. Let's all go together. Matter of fact, my treat this time, I'm going to pay for the class. This is what you have to do as an owner. The same rules apply. Once you get through all of those things, that is when your clients now have the experience. And now is when we start talking money. Now is when you do all of that, you should be going up on your prices at least every 3 years. And when I say going up, I ain't talking about inching up no dollars, no pennies. I'm talking about you got to go up and make it count. If you have not invested or have not decided to go up on your prices in the last 3 years, then you are running a charity. That is what you're doing. You're running a charity. If you're a salon owner, your business has to make money. And if you want to keep people there, you can also sit with your booth renters. You can come up with a general price list that we're going to work from, even as independent contractors. This is something you have to do. First hint, you have to have an a la carte price menu in order to increase your prices where it matters across the board. That means no more combos. This ain't the burger, fries, and shake. No. The burger got its own price, the fries have their own price, and the shake has its own price. The shampoo has its own price. If it's a special conditioner, not regular, it has its own price. The edge up has its own price. The haircut has its own price. The trim has its own price. You can also have an end up clause with that. The single process color has its own price. You get where I'm going. You have to have a price menu set up that way so that as you grow, as your environment grows, look, every time my clients knew I done went and got some new furniture, I done changed some stuff to make things more efficient, they already knew what was coming. Because somebody got to pay for all this. Every cost you incur, you have to pass on to the end user, which is the client. So stylists, You have to pass it on to your client. Owners, you have to pass these costs off to your renters. That is what, or your commission. You have to change the commission. That's what this is. But people only understand the change when your etiquette and energy, environment, execution, excellence, it provides this experience. People get it then. They understand it. They like, I was wondering. I knew he was going to have to go up event. My clients have said that we already knew. Because they see I'm making moves. They see I'm always trying to make things better for them, for the environment. So they already know. I ain't never had no problem going up. Never. I don't care about no YouTube. I ain't interested in a person that want to go. You want to watch YouTube? I don't have a YouTube clientele. And I still do that 2 days a week. That's it. They know they don't borrow time with me. But I ain't never had a YouTube clientele. YouTube been out since 2005. So my clients got the same choice as yours do. You have to develop an experience when they come to this place. You have to develop something from you to the rest of the environment that people are like, when I walk in here, I don't even really care about the hair. I just love what I get when I come here. Therefore, on your a la carte price menu, this is how I suggest that you increase. I suggest that you increase, don't do percentages, do flat dollar amounts. I have been able to increase my price list consistently every really 2 to 3 years by going up, having an a la carte price menu and going up $5 to $10 per service. That means the shampoo $5 more, the trim $5 more, the cuts $5 more, or 10. I've done 5 and 10. In my earlier days, I did 5. As I built more of my business, I went up $10. And when I went up $10 per service, I had a longer or wider span as to when I went up again. I may go every 4 or 5 years because I went up. So that means if the shampoo was $50, now it's $60. But you need a trim too. The trim used to be $40, now it's $50. You also need a demi permanent color. The demi permanent was $30, now it's $40. So in actuality, that customer is paying $30 more than what they were paying. Let me tell you the beauty of being able to do it this way. You send out that letter 45 to 60 days before you actually do your price increase. You need some time. You need to just let them marinate in their minds a little bit. Best times to actually do it is seasonal changes or quarterly changes, 1st of January, 1st of April, et cetera, every 3 months, or seasonal. Like I said, summer, spring, winter, fall. For some reason, people accept changes. They expect changes with weather changes, with new year changes. January 1st always works. By January 1st, this is going to be the new price. And honestly, you don't even have to give a whole new price sheet. You literally say it's going to be $5 increase for every service across the board, or $10 increase for every service across the board. And let me tell you something. When you do that, you don't have to worry so much about people that don't come, because when you provide an experience, I have learned this from almost 31 years doing this. When you provide an experience, people look at it all and they say, okay, even though I know this going to cost me a little more, but I know I can't. They may not say this to you, but they know what all they get from you to the environment, to the other people in it. They not going to find that everywhere. It's not going to happen. So what happens is people say, well, I guess I'm just going to have to pay it. And I ain't never lost a beat over being able to raise my prices, charge what I'm worth, because at a point, you're not going to want to have to keep slaving behind a chair. You're not going to want to have to do all those people all the time. You're going to want to be able to slimline your amount of people that you're doing, still make your same money. This is only going to happen by you creating an efficient environment that doesn't waste time, money, energy, or efforts. This is the only way this is going to happen. So I say again, you got to provide an experience, guys. That's where you struggling. Those of you all that are not being able to charge, you have to provide more than just the good hairdo. I named 5 things. That the execution is just one part. And let me tell you something. It's a whole lot of good hairstylists out here. I think I'm good, but I could tell you now, there are some little girls that ain't seen a beauty school, that maybe didn't watch YouTube that could run circles around me, technique-wise. And I know I'm good. So it ain't about just how well you do hair. If you want to have some sustainability and be able to stay in this game and be more efficient, even in the area of just your pricing, you're going to have to work on providing an experience for these people, or every time you go up, you're going to lose them because they not getting enough. I'm not getting enough to pay her $30 more every time I come. You want it to be, well, dang, girl, that's a lot, but I guess I'm just going to have to. People have told me they're going to have to go get another job. I have actually had clients tell me, they ain't said nothing about leaving. They tell me they're going to have to go get a part-time job to come get their hair done with me. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Work some more hours. I don't care what you got to do. But this is what it is. And you can't even come at me like I'm not providing you all of these things that you want it to be, to the point where you're so excellent and you're consistent that people, all they can say is, well, okay. But there ain't nothing. You be like, girl, you want more money, and every time I come in here, the shop is dirty, or they cussing. Y'all know what go on in some of these shops. I'm not paying more for that. I love you, but I'm not paying more for that. Period. They smoking, they drinking, all y'all do is watch ratchet TV around here. I ain't against ratchet TV. I'm not against it. Hey, everybody watch it. Do you? But we even have to be mindful of the music, of the TV. We all have to be mindful of everything that we have going on, because everything changes the energy to good or bad. So we even got to be mindful about that. The music you play, if you play any, the TV you watch, if you watch any, whatever it is. So I want to say this to you guys. My final call to you is, and I'll be on every day this week talking about something. I'll be on a little earlier Thursday and Friday. Make sure you set your notifications to talk or hear me. I'm going to be talking about all kind of different things from an efficient standpoint. Please share this video. This is the second number one thing I hear people talk about, that they can't get people to pay the extra money. I asked them, what are you providing for them other than a good hairdo? What are you providing for them? This is what I want to commission everybody to do that's listening to me. If you're not sure what you're providing, start an anonymous questionnaire and give it to all your clients and ask them in some way or form, other than my servicing, other than me offering you or doing your hair, what else do you get when you come into this salon? What else does my presence or my part, because we become a part of their lives, what does my role in your life mean to you other than just getting a good service? You'll be amazed at what clients will tell you. I've had clients tell me many things. They like, girl, when I come in here, I feel like I could fly, like I could take on the world, like I could just, because I'm everybody's cheerleader. Like and not only that, I got a lot of really educated clients that, from an investment standpoint, my clients know a lot about a lot. So sometimes people come in the salon, their conversation with each other, they be like, girl, I learned so much when I come here. I didn't learn how to do this. I know how to do that. I'm in this bad situation, and your client told me what to do. And so I've literally, because your client's going to represent you. You know that, right? If you messy, your client's going to be messy. If you're about growth, you'll have a lot of clients that are about growth. If you about positivity, you'll have a lot of positive clients. If you about negativity, you'll have a bunch of clients. Are usually a mirror. At least 80% of them are generally a mirror of you. They generally are just like the person that they sit in their chair for years and years and years and years. So if you find yourself got a bunch of clients that get on your nerves, you need to check yourself. Because people don't attach themselves for long periods of time to people that they don't connect with. They just don't. So you need to look at yourself. So all of this is part of your energy. All of it. Every single ounce of it. So this is something you need to think about. But you got to provide an experience, guys. Let me tell you what an experience will do. When you provide an experience, even when you make mistakes, execution-wise, I done made some color errors. I done made some cutting errors. I done did all that. I done messed up like, oops. Let me tell you something. Providing that experience made clients say, that's all right, girl. We'll fix it. It'll grow back. Because they realize it's, and I now understand it, they get so much more from here. So when I go up, this is why y'all can't get your money. You can't get your money because you don't have your pricing system set up, and you are not providing an experience for people that they realize they can't get everywhere. So when you talk about getting more money for something, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. So take all the tips that I've given you today, inject those into your business from a salon owner standpoint or from a servicer standpoint. And for my salon owners who are my leaders, this really has to be, the example has to be shown from you. You'll be amazed that when you do this, you can get everybody under you to do this. But you gotta be consistent with it. That is the number one thing. It can't be a fly by night. It can't be this way and then tomorrow is something else. And no, they got to see you do this every single day. One thing people know about me, anybody that's known me, and my good girlfriend, I see her, she was just on here, one of my besties, Erica Lacey Henderson, I've been the same person for 30 years. Ain't nothing changed. And it had nothing to do with whether I was happy, sad, going through, because I got some stories. But I made a decision that when it comes to my business, in order for this thing to grow, I have to realize it's my responsibility to give clients a good experience. So when I need to go up, I ain't got no lip. When I need to elevate my prices, I ain't got no problems. Because they cannot say it's something they do not get here. They can't say it. So that's what I want you all to do. All right? I love my Facebook audience. I'm going to be on a lot more because I got a lot of stuff going on I want you all to be a part of. So I'm back literally probably even on Saturdays and Sundays. I know y'all be in there getting y'all money. Watch it later. All right? But this is Knowledge by Nikki. 1K. It's efficiency week. See me, look for me tomorrow. I'll be on to tomorrow's Wednesday. I'll be on tomorrow. 9 o'clock is my time that I'm generally on. On Thursdays and Fridays, I may be on a little bit earlier. So y'all just keep your thing on. It lets you know when I'm going live. Share this with everyone. Share with your groups that you're connected to. Share it on your page. Tag someone. This is why you can't get your money. Period. That's it. I don't care about no YouTube. YouTube ain't never bothered me. I don't care. YouTube ain't changed nothing that I got going on. Nothing. I tell a person, minute, you want to go to YouTube? Go to YouTube. I didn't have people learn. Look, I have them learning on YouTube, doing it, messing up, and they come back, and guess what? I got to fix it. And I'm going to tax you for fixing it. I'm going to charge you for fixing it because you could have just let me do it. Now I got to fix it. So, okay. I got you. Don't worry about it. If you provide all of this, you ain't got to worry about YouTube. You ain't got to worry about these choices. You ain't got to worry about it. All right? But I'm out. I got work to do, y'all. Knowledge by Nikki, 1K. Don't forget my Salon Owners Conference, guys. Some of you all have said you want to sign up. The time is approaching. Text me. I have a designated text line now. Other than that other number y'all got, it's 800-580-8074. Somebody please put that up. 800-580-8074. That's my line. You want to know more about the conference? I got Color Me Crazy classes where I got a couple seats left. If you want to really learn how to take your clientele to another level using your color or your service, increasing your service dollars in the area of color. I'm doing webinars. I got all kind of stuff going on. So I'm going to be on more often. I got a new website coming up right now. You can go on knowledgebynikki.com. You can see some of the things I already have. I haven't even updated some of the new things. I got some books. Thank you, Erica, my bestie. I got some. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, baby. Jen, I know you over there killing the game with color, too. See, Jen just came from my last class, so Jen is doing her thing. She ordering color. She doing her thing, right? But I want you all to get in on this. I do the best I can to pass on what I know to you all so you all can get it. But we got to do it, guys. Execution also means you got to do it. You got to do it. I want you all to read this book. Those of you all that are readers, y'all know I read a lot. Y'all that listen to me all the time. The 4 Disciplines of Execution. It's by... I can't remember who it's by. It's Stephen Covey's son, the guy that made 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I read it some time ago. It is so good. It's one of those books you read the first time, you're like, oh, it's a lot. It's kind of heavy. Then you go back and read it again, and you get some more. Then you go back. It literally, my battery about to die, y'all. It's literally dealing with how do we get from idea to concept to strategy to execution. Because, when you just think about, oh, I think I want to do this. Oh, I think I want to open a shop. It's just an idea. That's just almost like a concept car. When they come up with this idea for a car, it's just an idea. You got marketing people sitting around talking about whatever they want to build, and then they come up with this concept car. We know it ain't a real car because we can't even buy it. They just throw something together because they playing around trying to tweak and see how this would work, and then eventually they come up with the strategy after they've done surveys and this and that. How we gonna make this real car? That's where you got to actually put the action. You got to put stuff in place that you're gonna actually put together to make this real. But then you got to do it. Execution is doing it. And a lot of y'all fail at those last two parts. Even if you put the strategy together, you read a lot, you do your business plan, you come up with all this, but then you suck at the execution. Even if you do it, you don't do it right. So this book is dealing with it's really good, guys. Somebody put that up. It's called The 4 Disciplines of Execution. You get on Amazon. I got the audio book and the book. It's real good. It's real, but it also makes you do something that most stylists are not accustomed to doing. It makes you streamline your ideas. Because some of y'all all over the place. You can't succeed at anything being everywhere. And it makes you realize that you got to streamline. You got to break a couple of those things down to the 2 or 3 most important ones. You got to break that thing down. If you don't, you're not going to get anything done. You're going to have a whole bunch of irons in the fire, but ain't none of them really going to be getting that hot. It's just not going to happen. Thank you, girls. My girls put it up. Y'all read it. It's good. It's called The 4 Disciplines, and it helps you understand how do I get from what I want to do, my intentions, to actually doing it. Physically doing it. Not talking about it, doing it. Okay? So I want you all, and a lot of that, once you get into those disciplines, the things I'm telling you about the energy, execution, etiquette, those are things you have to intentionally do, and you have to manage. I can't remember the author, Erica. I know I want to say it's Franklin Covey. It's Stephen Covey's son. This is my good friend asking me about the man that wrote this book. If you put in the 4 Disciplines of Execution on Amazon, I promise you it'll come right up. You can put 4 Disciplines, the book gonna pop right up. And it's a white book with blue writing. Okay? But this is where our struggles lie, guys. A lot of you all have good intentions. I have coaching groups also. Those of you all, y'all call me, text me, direct message me all the time. I need help. Oh, this is that. Look, join my coaching groups. I got 2. I got Stretch for people that have owned salons for 2 years or more. And I have Aspire for people who want to own salons in the next 3 years. I got 2 groups that can help you get set up for both. You all text me 800-580-8074. There you go. Chris McChaney, and then it's also the Covey man. See, Erica Lacey Henderson, that's my bestie, guys. She put it up. It's I think it's McChaney, ain't it? It's an A. And then it's the Covey son. It's an excellent book, though. Y'all need to read it. And read it slow. Read it over time. Don't try to read it in one sitting because it's a lot. If you aren't real business conscious, it's a lot. Thank you, Erica McChesney. That's his name. And I think the foreword is done by Stephen Covey's son. I know he got something to do with the book. But if you're not a real business brain, it's a lot of business information that could kind of overwhelm you. So read it slow. Read it slow. Digest a little. It's a really good book, though. Okay? I gotta go, y'all. Y'all know I will talk. Yeah, there you go. I will talk over and over because I have so much to say. Make sure you share this again. If you want to be a part of my groups, if you want to be a part of Aspire, if you want to be a part of Stretch, I am here for the long haul. My goal is to be a full-time coach. I tell people I got 3 C's. All I'm going to do after January 2019, I'm going to be coaching, doing conferences, and doing classes. That's it. I'm done. My people in my salon, my clients already know. They like, how much time we got? I'm like, January 2019, I'm done. Coaching, conferences, and classes. That's all I'm doing. So if you want to get in, y'all asking me these questions anyway, join my groups. I'll help you through a duration. It won't be just one and done, because I tell y'all stuff one time, you still don't get it, because it's a process. And the biggest thing is growth is intentional. You have to do it intentionally. You have to do it consistently. You have to set up the principles and the things in place to help you grow. And you have to know you're growing even when you don't see it yet. And those are the things I help you with coaching. I help you understanding that you just in a holding pattern right now, but you've put the things in place and they're going to grow. You know, last I'm going to say this and then I really got to go. Oprah says something. She's on Goldcast, which I subscribe to their podcast. They're excellent. Every day you can go on them on Facebook, Goldcast. And somebody asked her on there, they said, Oprah, tell us the difference in letting something happen and making something happen. What's the difference? And you know, can't nobody say it like Oprah. She said, well, this is what I've learned in my life. When you want to make something happen, you have to intentionally do the work. Whatever it requires, the grind, the hustle, the no sleeping, you got to do the work. You got to be up every morning early, sometimes going to bed late. You have to do the work to the point where you can honestly sit back and say, I have done everything I can in this area. I have done everything possible to birth this baby. I've done everything. I have went through the 9 months of this baby growing and the liver being formed and the lungs being formed. I have done it. And you have to honestly sit back and say, there is nothing else that I could do. And she said, and at that point is when you now let it happen. She said, but the reason people can't let stuff happen is because they haven't done enough of making it happen. You got to make it happen. That means you got to decide, come hell or high water, hook or crook, failure ain't an option. I have to do this every day, consistently, whether I feel like it or not. Once you do that, you will start seeing things happen. And for those young bucks, for my millennials, I know this is a struggle for y'all because y'all want it now. And let me tell you something that I know ain't changed. Is the process for perfection or the process for success. I don't care. Yeah, we can fast track it now because we got digital this and that and the other. But there's still a process. There's still something that has to simmer before it can happen. And I say to my millennials, you can't abandon everything before the baby comes, because whatever you do next, you're going to have to do the same thing with that too. You still got to wait. You got a waiting game. You got a holding period. It's like sitting on a tarmac in an airplane. You know you done left the gate. You own the plane. Eventually the plane is going to leave. I don't care how long you sit there. You just got to wait. You got to wait your turn. Where they say we can't take off, we third in line. You just got to wait. But when you know you've done everything and I'm on the plane, now I'm just going to sit back and soar. I'm going to let it soar. All right? So I got to go for real, y'all. Not as about Nikki. I'm out. So y'all hit me up if you want some information. Talk to you later.